You're watching Tune In for Kids, a production of WOWT NBC Omaha. Our coverage continues live from the atrium of Children's Hospital and Medical Center.
This area has been teeming with kids, broadcasters, a dog you can just imagine as we raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Don't you think we could use some musical motivation? Music has long been recognized for its healing powers. It can soften our stress levels, lower our blood pressure, and connect our mind with our body.
Ahoy!
And how did you know that?
I love the harp, it's so lovely.
She recognized the harp from the symphony. She's very musical. Her grandma is a music major, so I think it's kind of in her blood. You can feel it, right?
Mary Bircher has played with the Omaha Symphony since the early 80s. For the last decade, her strings have also resonated through children's and the families who sometimes have to call a hospital room their home, such as Soraya. Her struggle for life has been dealing with a body that does not have the enzyme to break down proteins.
We've been blessed to not have to be living here anymore.
Sometimes the music flows through the atrium or takes a trip to the infusion center.
I was diagnosed in March.
17-year-old Morgan Lewis is halfway done with her treatment for a cancer that's attacking her pituitary gland.
And I was just like drinking so much all the time, like drinking a few gallons of water a day, and I couldn't stop.
I come in here every 4 weeks.
Sean Thomas, who gets a monthly transfusion for his sickle cell.
It's like a blood disease, and it makes my body ache and cramp.
Welcomes the diversion music brings to his overall care.
I love it. They do a good job here.
We just usually sit here and me and my mom just talk usually, but I've never had like someone come in like this. It's so fun to listen to.
Since last week, we've had a number of kids who have had care here at Children's decide to put on a microphone and step under the hot studio lights to be a news anchor for the day.
We hope you like to read because we have a story that we want you to read for us. Are you ready? Okay.
If you ever thought Cheetos snacks would make a great centerpiece for a restaurant, you're not alone. The Spotted Cheetah is a pop-up restaurant in New York that's sponsored by Cheetos.
Let's see if you can score some points by reading the newscast. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
All right, looking at that camera.
It may be August, but there are clear signs that fall is just around the corner. One sign, the annual cutting of the corn maze. This is in upstate South Carolina, the 7th year for this location. The theme this year, Hometown Heroes.
Give them a few years and they may be our replacements. If you know me, you know that I love inspirational stories, and this story, I think, fits into that.
You're pretending to be shy, but you're definitely not shy.
It didn't take long during our visit.
And then do we get to eat them? Because I'm getting hungry.
Not quite yet.
And Tabalo's real personality began to show.
How does a train eat?
Choo-choo.
The 5-year-old likes jokes.
What noise do the porcupines make when they kiss?
Ouch.
Oh, that's funny, Tabalo.
My husband and I say, God couldn't have picked a more perfect child for us.
What kind of dog is he?
He got big hair and so long hair.
Last June, Laura Rui and her husband adopted the child. It's a long ways from Congo, Africa, to Hooper, Nebraska.
He was born with clubfoot and vertical talus. When we first received his referral, we didn't know if he would be able to walk.
The experts at Children's recommended surgery.
They just did both legs at the same time. It only took him a week before he was running around. And so it just, you see how children can really just kind of bounce back really quickly.
Since the surgery, therapy has allowed Tabalo to improve his walk and gait.
11.
Good job.
12.
Bend your knees. There.
13.
So much so, he's now focused on improving his core strength.
You can use Righty to help.
Using all sorts of tools in the physical and occupational therapy toolbox.
Good work. No hands.
But it is a lot different than adult rehabilitation. We have to consider that these kids are still growing and they're still learning a lot of things that we already know how to do automatically.
I got muscles.
On cue, he shows us his muscles and playfulness. But in all fairness, he's a strong-willed kid with an excellent disposition. And remember, he's only 5.
He teaches us a lot of lessons in the way that he has never asked us why. As we ask him to do things, he just has this disposition of saying, yes, I trust you, and I know that it's going to make me stronger.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I almost fall down.
It's really hard as a mom to say, you know, you wish things came easy for your children, but at the same time, you see the life lessons being learned at such a young age.
Stay strong, Tabalo. I'm sure you're even harder to keep up with at home. Still to come in this half-hour live broadcast, a progress report on expanding the reach of children's. And what on earth is this? Is it really the last line of defense against infections? But first, a special message from the kids.
Donate now. Call the number on the screen. Please call 402 woof 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 955. We'll be right back with Tune In for Kids.
Hey, great kick, Avery.
Thanks, Cerise.
Avery loves playing soccer. After multiple surgeries and body casts at Children's Hospital and Medical Center to correct her bilateral hip dysplasia, staff at Children's has given Avery the chance to play soccer and start kindergarten this fall.
Thanks to them, I'm reaching all my goals.
And with your donations, Children's can continue to make dreams come true for kids like Avery. So donate now and put your money where the miracles are.